Let f of x equals 600x minus 2x cubed. On which of the following intervals is the function f increasing? So, if I want to find out when a function is increasing, that means I care about when its derivative is going to be positive. So this is going to be a three-step process. Step number one, take the derivative, set it equal to 0, find the critical points. Step 2, use those critical points and make a sign table. And step 3, plug in some points to find out where things are going to be positive or negative. So let's find our critical points by taking the derivative. F prime of x, power rule, power rule. The derivative of 600x is 600, easy peasy. Minus the derivative of 2x cubed is 6x squared. Now to find our critical points, what we do is we set this equal to 0. Critical points mean that we have a place where something changes from positive to negative or increasing to decreasing or vice versa, decreasing to increasing. So we care about this. Let's add 6x squared to both sides like so, cross you out. 6x squared is going to equal 600. Divide both sides by 6 like so. X squared is going to equal 100. And in order to get x all by itself, we positive or negative square root both sides, giving us critical points at positive or negative 10. So here's my critical points. Now what I want to do is I want to make myself a sign table. So a sign table for f prime of x. All right. So I have two critical points. They were at negative 10 and positive 10. What I need to do is I need to choose three numbers on intervals here that are not negative 10 or positive 10. So what I want to do is I want to plug numbers in to see if it's positive or negative on that interval. I want to plug it into the derivative function. So I'll choose 0 because 0 is a nice number living in between negative 10 and 10. I'll choose negative 100 because why not, and positive 100 because you can't tell me what to do. Now what I have to do is I have to take turns plugging these three numbers into the derivative. If when I plug it in, I get a negative number, that means it's decreasing on that interval. And if when I plug it in, I get a positive number, that means it's increasing on that interval. So let's start out with f prime of negative 100. That's going to be 600 minus 6 times negative 100 squared. 600 minus, now let's do a little bit of quick math, negative 100 squared is 10,000. Negative 6 times 10,000 is negative 60,000. I don't care what the number is. I just care about the fact that this is negative. So since I get a negative number here, what that means is f prime, or f regular, the function, is going to be decreasing from negative infinity all the way up to negative 10. That's what this means. A negative derivative implies that the function is decreasing on that point on that interval. So let's do it again, and let's do it with 0. F prime of 0 is going to be 600 minus 6 times 0 squared, which is going to be 600 minus 0, which is going to be a positive number. So you're positive right here, which means my function is increasing between negative 10 and positive 10. Now let's just be on the safe side, make sure we get something that we want here. Okay, we'll plug in 100. So f prime of 100 is going to be 600 minus 6 times 100 squared. And what's going to happen is the same thing that we had up here in blue, or if you're colorblind, gray, and we get 600 minus 60,000, which is negative. So we are negative right here, which means that we are decreasing on the interval from 10 to infinity. So the only spot where it is increasing is where the derivative is positive, and that happens between negative 10 and positive 10, not including those numbers, because including those numbers would be saying, sure, the slope is 0, which means that's not true at all. It's neither increasing nor decreasing. So the answer to this guy right here is a lovely old B. So fun stuff. Hope this helps.